All right, guys, we finally got the block here. It showed up. 4 of 7 are here. He's bringing the other ones up. We're gonna get them all staged as close as we can. And then, I don't know if we're gonna start working in the sun. It's pretty hot, but maybe once it cools off just a hair, either this evening or we'll get a jump on it early morning. But we're stoked to finally get blocks here.
May I help you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Say hi. Oh, there's your brother. Mike's out getting the mortar all mixed up right now. We're gonna start moving some blocks. We've got a lot out there, as you can see. 7 or 8 pallets, 6 or 7 maybe. I didn't count. There's a bunch of them, bunch of blocks. I gotta go to work here in a little bit, but Mike has one of his buddies coming over to help us with the block wall, so they should be busting it out here pretty quick. What? How's it going, Joe? How's your eye? Like mixing cake, huh?
Yeah, I don't know how good this cake tastes. Wanna try it? Wait, check it. You kind of flick it and see if it stays. See how it stays? That's what you want.
That's what you want?
That's what you want. It stays there. That is what you want.
Good job.
I started out setting my 2 end blocks. That way I could put the string on that and use it as my guideline. Where the rebar didn't quite line up, I decided to be a better option to cut the block instead of the bar so I could still leave them in for support. Turns out that setting these blocks is much more tedious than one would imagine after watching a couple YouTube videos. It's pretty time consuming. The first day was pretty unproductive. Chris and I got the right-hand corner set completely, and by that time we had been moving so slow that it was already 95 degrees out and we quit. For day 2, I got a jump on this corner before Chris showed up, and he showed up with perfect timing so we could get this one all squared away. Like I said, this block is super tedious and we had no idea what we were in for. This first row took us 5.5 hours to complete. It was a little discouraging because we thought we'd be able to motor through all this stuff. Here's to put things in perspective. I used the time-lapse feature on the GoPro to record this. It takes a picture every couple seconds. To get this type of speed, I needed to speed that time-lapse up 4 times the speed. So right now, this is sped up 4 times. Again, we were moving really slow, kind of learning how to do everything. It took us quite a while to figure it out. Remember, this is all sped up 4 times. So it turns out that blocks are not as easy as all the videos on YouTube make it look, because this is short of this corner. This is 6 hours worth of work, of fairly steady work too. I still need to clean up this corner, but we got the whole base layer set. It's pretty straight, looks pretty straight. So we're about in the sun and it's already like 80 degrees out, 80 something degrees. So we're gonna take a break and go swimming. Day 3, I think it's day 3. It's 6 a.m. again. We're able to work till about 11. We got the whole base layer laid yesterday. I got a little cleanup to do to chip away like the slag. I guess it's not slag, it's just excess mortar. But yeah, it's coming along all right. It's slower for sure than I thought it'd be. It's much slower, but it's coming along all right. It's not perfect. I'm hoping by the second row it's gonna be good. We'll be able to get it perfectly flat. It's pretty close to flat right now, but I'm hoping with the second row we can get it perfectly flat with the grout. You know, fudge a little here and there, and if not, by the third row it should be perfectly flat. So that's what we're shooting for. I think Chris is coming out again today. He should probably be here soon. So I'm gonna start chipping away at this and get some mud mixed up before he gets here and clean up a little bit. By day 3, we were hurting to make some real progress. At the rate we were going, this 50-foot by 8-foot tall block wall was gonna take us a month. Chris and I were able to get into a pretty good rhythm. As expected, the first row was the most difficult. It only seemed to get easier from there. With the first row already being set, we knew that we were pretty flat. For the rest of the wall, everything should line up pretty much perfectly. We started at 6 and it is about 9 right now, and we got a full row done compared to yesterday's 5.5 hours to set the first row. So this is a little more promising after we were able to bust this out pretty quick. It is not perfectly flat, but it's pretty close. We got about 3/16 that we need to take out of the middle. We're gonna try to do that with grout and try to see if we, by the third row, if we can get it pretty much perfectly flat. So it's going pretty smooth.
All right, everybody. You can see that the sun has finally creeped over. It's about 11:30 right now. So we did a lot better work today. I'll show you this here. We were able to get quite a few rows done. 2 rows, actually, 2 full rows we were able to get done, which is much better than yesterday. Yesterday it took us 5.5 hours, I think, to get just the base row set, which I was half expecting, because I've heard and I've researched and read that the base row is the hardest row to set, because you want that to be pretty flat. And unless your concrete is perfectly flat, you know, you're gonna have to mess with each block individually. And that's true. And as you go up, yes, you do need to continue to mess with each block individually, but it's a lot closer. You're not messing with it as much, so it's a lot quicker. So Chris and I were able to bang out 2 rows, and it worked out great. So now that the sun has crested over, I'm done. I bet you it's already 85 degrees out. It's hot. They're forecasting a high today of like 95. Tomorrow's gonna be 98, so it's freaking hot. But at least we got a good start to it. We are a quarter of the way there. We need 12 rows of block. We got 3 rows done, so we are a quarter of the way there, which works out great. Thank you for tuning into this video. As always, I hope everybody is doing well with everything going on. I know there's some crazy stuff happening, so I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.